My name's Josh.
And my name's Brett.
Welcome to Hapticast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hapticast, episode number 23. My name is Josh Toll, and I'm joined by my good friend, Brett Roberts, as always. Hello, Brett.
How's everybody doing? Josh, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing fine.
That's good.
Before we get started, just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Episode 23. We've been going at it strong for a couple weeks. As always, we're going to split up the podcast, obviously, into discussion videos like we normally do. For those of you that are tuning into the main pod, what you can do is you can go down in the description below, and we'll have links to each kind of topic, as well as there's discussion videos that will go out. So this week, we're going to be talking about Xbox's acquisition strategies to get people on board with Game Pass and the added benefits that they have going there. That'll be our main topic, and then we're going to be talking about EA and how abysmal they are with sports games and why those will never change. Talk a lot about the Apex Battle Pass and the issues that we have with it. How this could be kind of your last chance to get a PS5 as we approach launch, which it'll already be out by the time this goes out, so make sure you check out that discussion video. We're going to go over a little bit about how you can kind of get them last minute if you want. We're going to talk about Avengers and how just a mess that is, and Square Enix lost a lot of money. And then we're going to round out with a really awesome indie game this week called Chrono Sword, which we will get to as well. So
that's right. And also, just a note, not just down below in the description, but it also adds it in the timeline. So as you're watching the video, you could literally highlight over the timeline of the video and see each topic broken up.
You're right. So feel free to click through, go to what interests you the most. And if you like what you see, come back, watch the full podcast, check out our other videos. We got stuff going up pretty much every day. And we have a lot of exciting things in the works for you all. So
that's right.
With that being said, do we want to talk about that at all, or are we going to keep that under NDA right now?
No. I mean, listen, we're doing something for the Game Awards this year. So if you guys had any plans on, watching the Game Awards live, why don't you watch it with us? We'll have more information coming soon, different, times and when you could join us for the stream. But we're going to have some cool stuff planned and a couple videos that are going to come out to coincide with the Game Awards. So anything to add there?
No, I'm excited for the Game Awards. I'm excited for the plans that we have. Like we mentioned last week, some of our best content, I would say, at least some of the best times you and I have had together, along with other people that have been with us, is doing live streams of game events,
Yep.
Because you see our live, like, visceral reactions, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm going to be looking forward to doing something live again.
Exactly. And to top that off too, it's like, just like we say with the podcast, right? The purpose of this is it's just friends having a discussion, friends talking about the things that they like to, watch, play, etc. So that's exactly what you're going to get out of our live stream. Is you're going to be watching with friends. We're just all going to have a good time, and it's going to be pretty cool. So
yeah, absolutely. So this week has been a little bit different for us in the sense that, how to put it, my ISP, my internet service provider, has just basically made any online gaming virtually impossible.
That's right.
And it's been really annoying. So I don't actually know what you've been playing this week at all, because I haven't been playing with you. So have you been playing anything this week or consuming any kind of media this week?
Yeah, I've not too much, but I playing some No More Heroes on my Switch.
Right, because they shadow dropped both of them, right?
Yeah, I think I mentioned last week. I don't remember if I did or not, but yeah, they shadow dropped No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch. So I picked up No More Heroes. I'm playing through that. It's interesting. It's a lot less polished than I thought it would be. Because it's like a Wii game that came out like kind of early on in the Wii's life cycle. Mm-hmm. But I was texting you as I was playing it. It's literally like made for us. Like,
yeah.
Travis Touchdown is such an over-the-top, ridiculous fucking character, but he's into the same shit we are, and it's just like us, but exaggerated by 100, Mm-hmm. And it follows like a formula. So like you go to a new area, you fight a bunch of cronies, and then you get to the boss, you kill him, and then you do some side missions in order to access the next big mission. And essentially, the whole point of the game is Travis is trying to be the world's #1 assassin. So you start off as number 11, and you kill number 10, you kill number 9, you kill number 8, and you keep going until you get to number 1.
Gotcha.
So I've been playing that. I did play a little bit more of Crown Tundra, and I was trying to do some of the legendary adventures or Dynamax adventures, whatever they're called. And I just keep getting the same motherfuckers now. I keep getting Kyogre and Suicune, so I don't know what's going on, but I just keep getting the same legendaries. And honestly, it's really tough. It is so tough when you're playing with randoms or AI. It's like you're just fucked. So
yeah,
waiting for you whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I have still only done the introductory one because, again, any kind of online gaming right now is impossible for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
A week before the new consoles come out.
Dude, I know. I'm sweating about it.
I would
really
be.
I'm sweating about it. Because let's just say if I can't play Demon Souls on launch day, co-op, we're going to have a problem. Okay.
I agree.
But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, we'll talk about that more. I'm assuming in a later topic. We're talking about when you can get a PlayStation. So, yeah, I would be very disappointed, and I might even be in the same boat as you, where I can't play, but not because of lack of internet, but lack of hardware. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah. Because I couldn't play any online games, and I wanted to play the Apex update, which we'll get to.
Yep.
But I also play a little bit more Crown Tundra. I actually am at the end of like the main mission part of it or whatever. I don't know how far you are into it, so I'm not going to spoil anything for you or anybody that's watching. But I'm at the end of like the actual main story or whatever, the legendary quest, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then I've also picked up again Persona 5 Royal this week because I'm trying to. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma with that because not that I'm going to get rid of my PS4 Pro, but remember it's on disc. And there's a couple of games that I have on disc that I'm playing, and I can't transfer my disc to the digital edition.
Wow, I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, which is unique to me since I'm getting the PS5 digital edition, which I want, right? And there's not a ton of disc games that I'm still playing on my PS4 that I'm going to want to play on PS5. Persona 5 Royal is one of them. So I'm really trying to put as much time into it right now and trying to finish it, but I'm like 75 hours in, so I'm probably like literally halfway through the game.
Jesus Christ. And it's already your second time playing the game or third time playing the game. So
it's my third time playing the game, but first time playing through Royal, third time playing through Persona 5. And the content I really want to get to is like the last 20 hours of the game, which is the new dungeons and stuff like that, but I have to go through, and you have the new confidant with you through most of that. So I'm talking to her a lot, and there's some other slight changes. But the real meat and potatoes is towards the end, but I had to get there to play it. And I will not look it up online because I have the game and I want to play it, and it's awesome. It's just dense. Yeah. And when you've played through the game so many times, it's like, okay, I know what's going, like, let's go. Let's move. I know what's happening. I know what I need to do, but it's like, it's just a slow moving game because that's what it is. And I obviously love Persona, but when you've played through it, my fucking hair just flipped down. When you've played through it several times, it becomes taxing after a while.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
And then besides that, I'm watching the Halloween franchise. For some reason, man, I watched 4 and I did not hate it as much as I expected to. And then I started Halloween 5 and I was like, I'm just gonna watch this. I'm gonna try to plow through. Dude, I got 20 minutes in and I was like, not now.
Which one has the little girl?
4. As the 4, 5, 6 have that arc.
Okay, because one of them was on TV on Halloween Day, and it was like literally like some girl was like in the head of Michael Myers, or like Michael Myers was in her head or something. Yeah. It was so dumb.
Yeah, so the end of 4, that's what happens. The end of 4 is so interesting, and I don't have an opinion on it yet because it's like literally the ending, and I know it's like one part of a 3 arc kind of set of movies. So we'll see how it goes. But I started watching 5 and I just, man, dude, there's a steep drop off in quality. I'll just tell you that right now.
You're brave for even attempting it, knowing that it has that drop.
I needed to get through them all at least once. Just once. That's all I need is to get through them once.
Gotcha.
And then besides that, I'm reading Dune, the original Dune novel.
Nice. I was going to pick that up the other day, but then the movie got delayed, and I was like, oh, I don't have to rush this.
Yeah. It's good. It is kind of difficult to read because it's, I would almost compare it to like Dorohedoro or something like that we've talked about, where it's like not that it's similar at all, but where it's like here's the world you're living in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get used to it or just fuck off.
And they don't spoon feed you the setting or the story.
Yeah. So there's a lot of vocabulary and language and titles and like names that are in there. And I'm like, I know I'll eventually learn everything and how it's all connected. But like, I've read the first couple chapters and it's like every other word. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is that?
It's like
what is
interdimensional
that?
Cable from Rick and Morty. Just, hey, Grumbo, let's get the Schleem and go over to the Flimbo. And
dude, literally. And I'm like, I don't get it. And there's like, at Dune, it's similar, not similar to Game of Thrones, but kind of in a sense where there's like warring houses and factions and things like that. And so it's like all like the first couple chapters are back and forth and all over the place. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are or what any of it means. And I'm on the subreddit a lot for it. And I saw that people were saying it takes like to get halfway through the book before you really understand what's happening.
Jesus Christ.
And the book is like 700 pages.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
it's thick.
But yeah.
And there's several books, right?
Yeah, so there's the original book by the original author, who I'm now blanking on his name. Oh, Jodorowsky or whatever it is, or is that the direct?
That's the movie, one of the movies that was going to be made.
I forget, but whoever.
It's F. Scott Fitzgerald, dude, come on.
No. And then he wrote, I think, 3 supplemental books after that for different houses.
Yeah.
And then there's like an entire another series written by 2 other people. That there's like 6 or 7 books within that world. So
is there a comic or a graphic novel? That would be cool if there was. I'd read that.
I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah. So anyway, that's it for me.
Cool.
All right, Brett. So our main topic for today.
That's right.
Talking about a little company you might have heard of called Xbox.
Heard of them. I've
Microsoft.
heard they ain't got games.
You've heard correctly, as of now, at least. But with Xbox, so obviously we talked about last week, and as it's been a kind of like a common thing with us, is that Xbox really doesn't have many launch games, if any, like big sellers. We talked about Halo. Right, exactly. We talked about Halo last week, and how them kind of losing Infinite kind of takes away any kind of real launch platform they had with first-party stuff. Cyberpunk was pushed, so they don't even have like a big third-party title. So really the main selling point for the Series X, besides it being a powerful console and that there obviously will be games on it, is really Game Pass and the services that it has. So as of this recording, this video, we've come across some nice little perks that Xbox has added to Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
And let me run these down for you, and then I want to hear what your take on it is.
Okay.
So for Xbox Game Pass, they've kind of silently added some unique perks to getting it, right? So that would include 3 months of free Discord Nitro,
okay,
which I have no idea what that is. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I'll talk about it after.
Okay. 6 months of Spotify Premium for free.
Okay.
2 months of Funimation Ultimate for free. Or Funimation whatever for free. And now, Brett, it looks like they're going to add a Disney Plus subscription perk as well.
That's pretty big. And they haven't confirmed that yet, right? It was just all speculation.
As of recording this, they have not. But Xbox Game Pass' Twitter account tweeted out on November 8th. So that is the day that we're recording this. They said, all we're going to say is that we're not posting The Mandalorian and The Child for no reason. And
that's
they posted a picture of a screenshot from the new episode that just dropped.
Yeah. All right, yeah. So this all sounds great. I mean, it's only it's only like adding like, here's 2 months of this, here's 2 months of that. It's not actually like you're getting, free with Xbox Gamepass, Funimation. It's essentially just here's a trial of this other service.
Right.
So let's run down each one and we'll talk about what that means specifically. So you said the first one was what, Discord?
3 months of Discord Nitro.
Yeah, so Discord Nitro is like the premium Discord subscription, I guess. I don't know exactly what it does for you as a user in terms of like new features, but I know it gives you access to exclusive like emojis and emotes that you can use in chats. Like there's been times where I'm in a chat with somebody and it will be like, you can't use these emotes unless you're part of Discord Nitro or whatever.
Right.
So
I have their website pulled up. So I'll just list the features real quick. First of all, it's like $100 per year. So and usually $9.99 per month. So Discord Nitro enhances your all-in-one Discord voice, video, and text chat. Check out the perks. Better emojis. So collect and make your own custom and animated emojis.
that's what it was.
Personal profile, use an animated avatar and claim a custom tag. So like you have like a number associated with your account, you can create a custom one. Get 2 server boosts and 30% off extra boosts. I think those are for probably professional type servers and things like that. Rep your support. Profile badge shows how long you've supported Discord. Bigger uploads, so you can your 100 megabyte upload size for high quality file sharing. And HD video, so that it supports high-res video screen share and Go live streaming. So
You're right, because I've tried to share my screen with you before, and it won't let me do anything past like 720p or something unless I'm a member.
Right. So probably great for businesses or like creators or things like that use Discord communities.
Yeah, absolutely, and like maybe game developers,
Right.
their teams running on Discord or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what is it? 3 months? You said?
3 months of free Discord Nitro. Yep. It does not specify because if it's like the full Nitro or there's like a little like a Nitro light thing that I now forget because I closed the tab. But it's like a premium versus like a, just a normal standard.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this probably for all of them, but I almost wish that these were like discounts on the services rather than trials of the services. Just because that would entice me personally more if it was like, save 20% or 30% just because you're an Xbox Game Pass member.
Right.
I would prefer that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right,
so Discord, not for me personally, nothing that I would use,
not necessarily a feature that we would use a lot.
Yeah. What's the next
The
one?
next one was 6 months of Spotify Premium.
So that's a good deal. Half a year of Spotify Premium. Spotify is cheap. I pay right now $13. I think I have 2 accounts. I have the Duo plan, so it's me and my girlfriend, for $13 a month, which is not bad at all.
No.
6 months, that's a long time. It's half a year. When I think of a good deal, I think of like Disney Plus being free for a year with Verizon. You know what I mean? That's a good deal. So like half a year, that's a pretty good deal too for Spotify. Yeah, not much to say. Everyone knows what Spotify Premium does. So
Yeah. 6 months is nice though.
it's very nice.
And then 2 months of free Funimation.
So that one's interesting.
It is interesting.
And that's more interesting for reasons than it just being Funimation and we like anime. As we talked about last week, Josh, Funimation now owned by Sony.
Right.
And Sony being a huge competitor to Microsoft in the gaming space. This is interesting. However, it's not so questionable when you think about, you're basically saying, hey, Xbox customers, try our service out for a couple of months or whatever, and then give Sony's like, give us your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Sony's still going to get the money in the end.
Right.
So
And it's important to I should have prefaced with this, but this is for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, only, so not regular Game Pass subscribers. But I feel like most of Game Pass's subscription based are already going to be Ultimate because you get gold with that as well. So
yeah, I almost feel like they phased that. I think they like phased it out. I think like Game Pass Ultimate is like the only thing you can do. At least that's what I thought.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
I honestly don't know because I remember it was like upgrade for $1. And people were like, fuck
Right,
yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, and then so the last one, obviously, now that it's being speculated and kind of leaked and teased by Game Pass themselves, is Disney Plus, some kind of Disney Plus type thing. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a similar trial-based period like some of this other stuff, or it's going to be full, Xbox Game Pass subscribers get Disney Plus for free.
exactly, they didn't specify anything yet at the time of us recording this video.
Right. If that is the case, if it's like completely free for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers, I mean, that would be huge.
It's huge.
You already have with Game Pass, you get gold, you get access to the Game Pass library, and you get EA All Access or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. So adding another benefit will be great. But I think the larger conversation to be had here is that clearly Xbox understands that Game Pass is kind of the center of their ecosystem, right? It is the beginning, middle, and end of their selling point. And to kind of get more people to opt into it or buy in, especially at the start of this new console generation, they have to add more benefits because you're not going to see as much first-party gaming benefits, at least at launch.
That's right. Yep.
So I think that's important to note, and probably why they're adding all of these things.
No, absolutely, you're correct. I do want to say, I mean, it might be a little too late for the people that are already clicked off, but we are getting Xbox Series X's at launch.
Correct.
Primarily for Game Pass and all of its benefits
Backwards.
and backwards compatibility. The fact that the console just is a beast,
Right.
So we are getting the console, despite saying, it doesn't have launch games. We could criticize something we care about. So just wanted to.
Yeah. Listen, we were there on the day that pre-orders went live, and we both secured them. So
that's right. But yeah, this is huge.
Right.
This is pretty big. They're smart for doing this, and I hope the Disney Plus thing is more than like 2 months. I hope it is like a nice thing, because when Verizon did the 1 year of Disney Plus, like that was huge. Like that made news. Like people were like, my parents knew about that shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, it'll be big, and we'll keep following it and update you all as we get updated.
That's right.
So. Okay, Brett. Our first topic for today has to deal with a company that is the opposite of Xbox in the fact that they are bad and not good.
Oh.
Yes.
Who's that?
And this company being Electronic Arts.
They suck.
EA. Literally the worst company on the face of the planet.
And they're no good.
No, they're bad. So why did I bring up EA? Mainly because of sports games. So last week we did a topic on NBA 2K and the abysmality going on there with in-game advertisements and things like that. And we both kind of shared our disdain with sports games because basically, every year they get released, it's just a roster update, right?
Yep.
Usually not even a reskin, it's just a roster update with not much added benefits.
That's right.
And it's really a waste of money.
Yeah.
So I bring up EA this week, Brett, because obviously EA Sports is huge, right? EA has Madden and FIFA, which are the two largest sports games in the entire world.
FIFA's fucking nuts.
FIFA even more so,
Yeah.
internationally.
FIFA's fucking crazy.
FIFA's huge. So EA released their, or at least their earnings reports for this past quarter today. And we actually have a lot of information this week coming off of some of these financial reports from companies. There's a lot of devil in the details, Brett. So basically your main highlights and why I bring it up from this EA stuff is because they obviously see continued success of their sports franchises, which we always think about EA. That's what we're talking about. E3 back in the day, where it's like, why are they always spending so much fucking time on these sports games on the stage? Who cares about them? Well, a lot of people play them, right?
And buy them.
Buy them, and it makes them a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Okay. So, for example, Madden NFL 21 has 30% more players year over year. Okay, reported last quarter. Okay. And FIFA 20 hit 35 million concurrent players. Okay. And EA Play subscriptions are currently at 6.5 million subs prior to the Game Pass integration and things like that.
That's a lot.
So I bring this up because... Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say that's a lot Like I did not realize that platform had that many subscriptions.
Right.
I kind of wrote it
So,
off.
well, yeah, I mean, and as many people did. So obviously, I think some of this increased user base, right, probably has to do with COVID-19 stuff, as it is across gaming. Um, but I also just wanted to use this as kind of a flavor text and like into why these games continue to be released in the way that they are. Um, and to be honest with you, there's not going to be we complain from a consumer standpoint about these changes, right, with games every year. Madden is basically just reskinned, or not even reskinned, just a roster update every year, right? You might see an incremental change in their graphics every 3 to 5 years. FIFA, I mean, the FIFA this year was scrutinized for being literally the exact same game,
Yep.
right? With just small roster changes and literally nothing on the back end. So I bring it up because as we continue to see these games being super profitable, they're not going to change their platform or how they release them then.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not changing. It's unfortunate because EA kind of has a monopoly on these sports games, specifically like football games or football, soccer or football. If you want to play those games and you want a good experience, like that's kind of the place you got to go. If people are buying them, which they're going to, and they are, as we know, why change anything? Why would they? Why should they?
Right.
You know,
Right. They don't have an incentive to.
it's just there's no reason for them to. If they got you once, they're gonna get you again. They're gonna get you again and again and again. And once they did it once, and they were like, "Holy shit, we just put out the same fucking game, but just updated the roster, and people bought it." They were like, "All right, well, we're doing it every year." So.
Do you think though that if they really delayed the development cycle of main title releases, right? And they were like, here's a new game, right? Here's the new FIFA game.
Mm-hmm.
But instead for 2 to 3 years they just do, you can buy roster updates, right, for $20, $30, $40, whatever it might be, right? And then every 3 to 5 years, they release a new, completely overhauled experience and then do roster updates for that. Do you think that would really hurt their revenue? Like, do you think that they would not potentially make more money in the long run by doing roster updates at a slightly smaller price rather than doing just full-fledged releases every year?
So I've thought about this a lot. That's actually like in a perfect world, that's what I would like to happen in sports games, is what you just said there. Now, would they make the same amount of money? I don't know. There's a lot of factors you have to consider. Number one, the amount it takes to make a game every year, right? They're obviously not doing too much to the game, so they can't spend too much on actually developing this, let's say Madden 22 or whatever. They're not going to spend a lot of money making Madden 22. They're going to spend a lot of money on marketing Madden 22. Right. And that's the thing you have to put in there is, sure, they're gonna, all right, so let's paint a picture here. Let's make a scenario, right? Next Madden game comes out. 1 year later, instead of putting out the next one sequentially, they just put out an update, like you said, a roster update, a DLC update. You have to pay $20 to $30 for it.
Yeah.
The only thing they would really be spending money on is marketing, because they would have to market the new DLC. But they really wouldn't be doing anything crazy. They wouldn't be rehauling the graphics. They wouldn't be doing any of that. They would simply be doing a roster update. Mm-hmm. And I think, while they're saving money there, they're losing money, because instead of you buying a $60, now $70 game, you're only going to be spending $30 on it.
Right. But do you not think there's a good percentage of people who are like us, who might wait a couple, like, we might not buy a sports game every year. It might be every couple of years. For example, for me, MLB The Show, I don't buy it every year, but I do buy one every couple of years. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. And that you would get the money from those people. But the problem is we're not the majority. So
yeah, it's hard because I don't know the flip side of that, and I don't have all the numbers in front of me. But I also think too that the distribution costs that they pay, would significantly lead to a larger. You would have almost no overhead.
Just
for
marketing.
Doing roster updates. It would just be marketing, right? So you don't have to do distribution or shipping or anything like that. or even production, right?
Yeah.
It would just be simply a roster update, and then you would just need to do advertising, be like, hey, here's the Madden NFL 2023 update. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Here's the thing, though. Like I said, they're still not getting. Why would they do that if they're already getting a huge chunk every year? You know what I mean? They want all of it at once. They don't want $30 one year, $30 another year. They want it all up front. $60, $70 game. And I feel that if they did start implementing what we're talking about with this DLC, the game would have even worse microtransactions than it already has in order to make up the cost there. It's sad that I had to say like they already are doing, because in a game like Madden or FIFA, they shouldn't have microtransactions and you're paying $70 fucking dollars for it, $60 for it. But that's the world we live in. You spend $70 on a game, you're going to have microtransactions in the game, and it's going to be the same game you bought last year. So I wouldn't put it past them to just make even more microtransactions somehow. Instead of the whole roster, you have to buy a team or something. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of updating the whole roster, it's like it's $15 to update the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation.
I don't know.
Yeah, man, you're right. It's just there is clearly more consumer-friendly strategies within their current platform, but what we're forgetting at the heart of it is that EA is a fucking abysmal company.
Oh, yeah.
And they would never do anything that's consumer-friendly.
No.
Ever.
No, they make too much money, and it's all about the money with them. Whereas a lot of other devs, a lot of other studios, a lot of other publishers, they care about the people that play the games. An example of a studio I would have said before, CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
Clearly they care about the product they're putting out and the players. It just seems a little, as they're getting bigger, they're starting to kind of fall into the same pit holes, you know? So.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Just say it right. Just say it right.
Continuing with EA, actually, Brett. A studio that we have liked for a really long time, and a game that we have played a lot of.
A lot.
Apex Legends. For those of you that don't know, released their update this past week.
Season 7.
Last week. Season 7. New battle pass, new character, new map this time. Completely new map this time.
Yep.
But they've been met with some scrutiny, Brett, as
They
you
have.
were aware of. So, for those that have played Apex before, like Brett and I, you know, the battle pass is typically been the same, really, ever since season 2 or 3.
Yep.
You know, you get XP, you have daily challenges that go into weekly challenges, and you get XP for some things. You get full battle pass levels for completing other challenges, things like that, right? This time, Brett, though, they changed their objectives and rewards for the battle pass, right?
Yep.
So they did away with weekly challenges, and they've revamped daily challenges, so they now have unique weekly challenges that can still be completed at any time during the season. But the XP challenges now award stars,
Yeah.
right? And you need stars to upgrade to increase your battle pass levels. And I think it was 10 stars
10.
per battle pass level.
Yep.
And it was 10,000 XP per star. So it's 100,000 experience
It was
to
pretty
go up
rough. Yeah.
one battle pass level.
They were met with scrutiny as soon as the update went live. I was on Reddit and people were just so upset because they were playing, you know, for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They still were on Battle Pass level 1, Josh. The challenges that they wanted you to complete were revive a teammate 40 times. Why? First of all, that challenge is stupid. Why would you reward me for my teammates being bad?
Right.
That does not do anything for anyone. It's just they claim it was for long-term people that are playing like late into the season. They still want to give them a challenge to complete and grind for. Man, I don't fucking want that. I don't want that. But so continuing on what happened, they rolled back some of the changes they made by 50%. So they made it 50% easier to level up your battle pass. I'm still not playing. I'm boycotting it. And it's not just because we mentioned at the top of the pod that your internet is out and you can't play online games right now. That's not why. I'm straight up. I'm not playing. I'm not giving them my money. I'm not buying the battle pass. They're not getting my money. They're not getting my time.
Right.
I'm
This
not
is
playing the
coming
game.
from people who have spent money on the premium battle pass every season since launch.
That's right. And we buy battle loot boxes or whatever they're called at least every season we buy a few, you know. This isn't Respawn, okay? We know Respawn. Respawn is like the only good child out of EA, okay? They're the only ones that have done Star Wars justice.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this Sith, not join them!
They're the only ones that make a killer FPS. I mean, Battlefield is one thing, but Titanfall is so much more, you know?
Right.
So Respawn's supposed to be our Lord and Savior here, and they're kind of fucking up.
Yeah,
And the
so I
community
got-
is not letting them go.
Bring balance to the Force! Not leave it in darkness!
No. I got 3 points I want to throw at you. Okay. First of all is this comes via Reddit, right? There was a breakdown on the experience stuff, which I did not put this in our rundown. It's just something that I came across right now, actually.
Yeah.
Somebody did a breakdown of this, right? So when they released this update, it was 100,000 XP, essentially, for one Battle Pass level, okay? Which is 4 times the amount that you would typically need for a Battle Pass level in seasons past, okay? So now they decreased it by 50%. It's still double the amount of XP that you would have last time. So you are essentially doubling the amount of time it's going to take for people to complete the Battle Pass. So in my opinion, go fuck yourself, okay? Go fuck yourself. There was nothing wrong with it, okay? And you are now essentially increasing the amount of time that it takes, right? Because, in my opinion, you want people to buy Battle Pass levels. And that leads me to my second point, is they said we aren't masters of manipulation, right? They said, this is Ryan Kigney, who is their communications and community director. He said, quote, "I don't know how else to respond to this," the point that I just made, "other than by saying bluntly, we aren't masters of manipulation. We actually just screwed this one up," end quote.
So let me talk on this real quick, Josh, before you go.
Okay.
So what happened was Reddit, the community for Apex Legends, freaked out when this happened.
Right.
And they said, listen, they're going to come at us and they're going to say, we fucked up. We're sorry. We're going to fix it. But they're not going to put it back to the way it was. They're just going to make it a little bit better. They essentially overcompensated. They made it really fucking bad so we would speak up. So then they could make it just a little bad. And then we'd be happy with it. So everyone on Reddit was like, they're going to fix it and it's not going to be fixed. Don't give in. Keep it up. And I'm actually surprised because guess what? They fucking kept it up. And even when they did the 50% decrease, people were still going at their fucking throats. And that's why he says we're
it's
not
still bad.
masters of manipulation, because people were saying that they were trying to manipulate the buyers and the players, right?
Yeah,
So
but here's the thing. You clearly want people to buy Battle Pass levels. Whether it's Respawn or your fucking parent company, EA, I don't care. It is so obvious that that is what you want. It is so fucking obvious, right? Please, fucking get over yourself, okay? And then they said, dude, this made me really fucking heated. Then they said, Chad Grierner, their fucking shill cuck cunt game director, said, quote, "Today in a meeting with a bunch of leads,
Yeah, I was
our
gonna bring
game
this
director was like, hey, I played for 6 hours last night. Why did I only get 1 level? And like 3 other people chimed in to go, basically, yes, Reddit is right. This feels bad and somebody should have called it out earlier. Then Rigney added, "We had a conversation where we realized that because we often reset our accounts and wipe our progress when swapping builds for playtests, a lot of us hadn't been paying attention to what it felt like to go through the Season 7 Battle Pass."
Hold on to your butts.
Are you fucking kidding me?
can't even hear it. You peaked. You fucking peaked.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Is that a joke? You're sitting here telling people that, oh yeah, we didn't fucking realize before we launched the Battle Pass. You're fucking nuts, dude.
How do you not test the product before it's out, man? I don't get it.
What do you mean you didn't test it? How do you not how does the game director not realize until after you launched? That's a joke.
They're bad.
You think we're stupid? My fucking God, dude. You gotta be kidding me. That's an absolute joke. Fucking clown he is.
Send in the clowns.
Everybody that works there, clowns, all of them, every last one of them.
For trying to get one over on us, for sure. For sure. I still have respect for them, but...
You really expect people to believe that? Do you believe that, Brett? That they wouldn't have fucking tested that and they didn't realize that before they launched?
I like
the
to
main
give them...
pillar, the main pillar of your updates and how you make money, and you didn't think to test it? Get the fuck out of here. Suck my cock, dude.
I like to give them the benefit of the doubt because I am a huge fan, but this is really shady. And not only that, but there's also game-breaking bugs in the fucking game right now that are just running amok, and I haven't heard any updates. Like, you can straight up put Rampart's Sheila fucking sentry gun on fucking Crypto's drone and then mount the sentry gun and fly around the fucking map, dude.
It reminds me of like in the early seasons where you could put Caustic's gas things on Gibby's shield.
Yes, it is. It's a glitch just like that. It's fucking bad, my man. Literally, it's just a fucking machine gun flying through the sky.
Dude, I got spit all over my mic right now. You got very heated.
You went off.
So, to play devil's advocate, Brett, in their defense, not in my personal defense of them, but what they said. I think it was in that same Reddit post that you were just talking about, where they were like trying to get feedback from the community or whatever. Yeah. They said that to explain their changes to the Battle Pass, this was their logic. They said, first, quote, first, we streamlined the challenge system to reward stars, and 10 stars is a Battle Pass level. We implemented this change with the intent to simplify how the Battle Pass works and more clearly indicate what a challenge is worth. End quote.
They also said they wanted there to be more to do in the late terms of the season for people.
But my issue with this statement is to simplify how the Battle Pass works, more clearly indicate what a challenge is worth. What?
I see what they're saying, but it wasn't broke, so why would you fix it?
What was complicated about it? What was hard to understand?
I think because it was like you get 3,000 points for this challenge, you get 6,000 points for this challenge. Sometimes you get one Battle Pass level. So they were just trying to like streamline it by adding these stars, but it was just unnecessary.
It's what the fuck? How is it complicated before? It's not. You had some challenges that gave you Battle Pass levels. You had other ones that you got to level every time you leveled up. How the fuck is that complicated? Wow!
The fact that it was their system for like 6 seasons. How do you, if it's that bad, why do you let it go that long? You know?
Yeah. When did it become a problem? When your player base decreased? When you stopped making money hand over fist because your game's been out for a long time and your player base decreased? When did it become a problem, Brett?
When people started finishing the Battle Pass without buying Battle Pass levels?
Yeah. When what? When we completed the Battle Pass every single season because you had a model that worked and was actually fair? Regardless of, there's definitely an argument to be made that the content within the Battle Pass should have been a little bit more premium.
Yeah. Well, that's also an issue with this season too, Josh, is that it's even harder now and the content still isn't good.
Right. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the Battle Pass except that you should have gave me better shit in it.
Yeah.
Right? You want players to not complete it? Is that your goal? Because you want them to spend money on Battle Pass levels? That's exactly your fucking goal. That's exactly your fucking goal. Okay? We're not fucking stupid. That's what you wanted. Anyway, then he continues, quote,
There's more.
What?
I didn't know there was more.
Oh, there was more. So this is a two-parter. The first one was that they wanted to make it more streamlined or easier to understand what a challenge is. And he says the second was to change the difficulty or time investment needed on the challenges. We've seen in our data that most players were completing the Battle Pass about 2/3 through the season and then not having much left to do in the season. This change had the players' interest in mind and was calculated in a manner that would still allow the majority of our players to finish leveling without purchasing additional levels.
All right, let me say something. So I think that we play Apex Legends a lot. We play
almost every
day during the week for at least 3 hours. At least. Minimum. We bought the premium battle pass, which awarded you what, 20, 30 levels or something?
20, 25 levels, something like that.
So we're already at 25 levels. We paid for 25 levels, and then it literally took me until the last day of the battle pass to finish it. Josh, you finished it a little earlier, but still, you weren't like clamoring for things to do in Apex. You know what I mean?
No, I finished it maybe like 4 or 5 days before you did, before my internet issues.
Yeah.
But I liked the fact that I never felt like there was a problem with it. So I don't know where this data is coming from, but I feel like we're probably on the higher end of the amount of time that we put in.
Yep.
Compared to a lot of people who might just pop in for a game or two. And we never had an issue finishing it, but it has always taken us till the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Just us, at least. But, I mean...
Well, then it also comes to play like, listen, there's still nothing fundamentally wrong with the Battle Pass system that you have now. So you're trying to please people that finish early. So you change the whole system? Why don't you implement something else? Be creative. I know, listen, they're working from home. We're in COVID. Criticism right now is hard to give. You feel bad because of COVID. But still, why don't you come up with some kind of a new objective for players to take advantage of instead of just changing it for everybody? You know what I mean? Give another challenge for post game. Make another fucking skin that's like, hey, you know, you have to do X, Y, and Z after you beat the battle pass, and you'll get this. You know what I mean? Why would you just change the whole thing for everyone? I don't get it.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. This has fucking shit stain all over it, dude. This is bad. It smells bad. And you know what they say about stuff that smells fishy, right? If something smells fishy, it's probably fucking fish.
You're right. And then I'm thinking now, they did add things like to keep people busy. The Wii experiment thing where you had to like go and activate the little shits and then go to the fucking firing range. They have the fucking little fucking shills that you pick up. And
the treasure pack story stuff?
Yeah, the treasure pack and all that. They have that in the game. However, remember when they first did the treasure pack shit, you would actually get like a mission that you would go do. Now you just get a fucking comic book. So... yeah,
it's bad. This smells bad, and I don't care. They can fucking say 18 ways to Sunday that it's not to get people to buy Battle Pass levels or they're not trying to manipulate you. Bullshit. I smell bullshit. And you know what? If you don't fix it again and make it the way that it was before and get rid of your fucking stupid ass star system, I ain't buying it, brother. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not
I'm out. Fucking put me on that fucking panel of sharks for that fucking show. What is it called? Shark Tank?
Yeah.
I'm out. Fuck you.
I'm out.
It's also very baffling because they have pretty egregious MTX models in that game in general. You have to spend like $18 for a fucking skin and like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're expensive, yes.
They don't price that shit accordingly. Listen, their data might show people are buying it. Some people are buying it, but like normal players like us, we're not buying $18 skins, dude.
No, absolutely not.
Maybe if they changed that, they'd get more money.
Right. And I saw another part of their argument was that they wanted to encourage people to play different characters more often. Their challenges already did that. Their challenges for the Battle Pass literally already did that.
The dailies
already had it ingrained in there.
Yeah, the dailies especially.
Weeklies, different characters to do different things. You already had it. I don't buy it. Fuck off. No way. Next excuse. What else you got before you got to fix it? What else? Get out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm done talking about them.
All right, well, let's move on then. Josh.
Let's move on indeed.
So, let's talk about the next-gen consoles. Let's talk about the PlayStation 5.
Yes.
I spent all day today getting my entertainment center ready for my PlayStation 5. What about you?
Yes. I spent about 30 minutes doing that.
Okay.
Getting ready for my next-gen consoles that are coming, yes.
I spent a lot longer than 30 minutes, but I digress because here's the problem, Josh. My PlayStation might not come.
Where are you getting your PlayStation from again?
So I pre-ordered my PlayStation through Target on the 16th of September, which is the day before pre-orders actually went live.
Right.
And I was one of the glitchers where it was sold out, and if you just kept pushing, eventually you would get in, right? Target has not updated anyone. Their orders still say order received. Nothing says preparing to ship.
Anyone at all? Like,
no one.
Nobody that's...
I'm on the subreddit for PS5. Nobody has any updates. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
People are contacting support, and they're saying, hey, what do I do? When am I getting my console? And support is just telling them, because the expected delivery date is the 13th to the 18th of November.
And
Console comes out on the 12th.
Right.
Yes. So they're just spewing the same bullshit. They're like, oh, your console is going to ship on the 12th. That's what they're telling people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm shitting myself now, Josh. I'm worried I'm not going to be able to play Demon Souls on launch. I got Demon Souls, I got Spider-Man, both coming from Best Buy. Okay, I'm not fucking with Target.
On their way, right?
They're coming.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play them on launch. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm considering purchasing a PS5 any way I can so that I can play it on launch.
Okay. I have bad news for you, though, Brett.
What's the bad news?
No units will be available for in-store purchase on launch day, November 12th or November 19th, depending on your region. So please don't plan on camping out or lining up at any local retailers on launch day in hopes of finding a PS5 console for purchase. Be safe, stay home, and place your order online. That comes from the PlayStation blog. So what the fuck are you going to do, Brett? What are you going to do?
What I'm going to do, Josh, is I'm going to check retailers on the 12th. Because,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, you can still get a PlayStation 5 before 2021. And to do that,
Me?
you.
I already
To do
have
that, yeah, fuck you. To do that, Josh, they have to go on Target's website, Walmart's website.
one. Don't do Target.
Probably not Target. But they've made it clear, they've made announcements, ladies and gentlemen, that you will be able to order the PlayStation 5 from online retailers starting on the 12th and get them. You can pick them up curbside, I guess is the method. You could pick them up that day.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit of information about this. Walmart is the only retailer that has listed when the console will be available.
Yes.
So they
It was
said
several times, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, it was a few. So it was 12 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 9 p.m. Eastern. So basically every 3 hours after noon.
Okay.
That's
just going to be a
best
limited
bet.
quantity, I guess.
Yeah. And I'm assuming it's going to be based on what your local Walmart got in stock. Because you're not ordering from the Walmart warehouse, you're ordering like for store pickup. you know?
Oh, so that will be for store. Okay, gotcha. It'll be for
Yeah.
store pickup. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think you can. I'm hearing conflicting things. Some retailers are saying you can get a PS5 and it'll ship to you. But I don't know. The Walmart, I know for sure. Those are the times. And I did read that Target said you could do curbside.
Okay.
So everyone keep an eye out. Keep your ear to the ground. Keep Wario64 on Twitter loaded up and ready to go on the 12th.
Oh my God!
Because you never know when the PS5 is going to come back in stock and be ready for pickup. And I know I'm going to be trying to get one. And if I have to return the Target one, I'll return the Target, you know?
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. I understand we're in a pandemic. I understand that, you know, this is going to be really taxing for retail employees right now.
Absolutely.
But, and even warehouse employees.
Absolutely.
But I want my goddamn PS5 that I pre-ordered in September.
Yeah. Well, that is a bad issue to have.
I want it on launch.
As you should get it on launch.
My Xbox is coming a day later from GameStop. That's unacceptable. My PlayStation's coming late. I fucking put the work in, and I know it's so dumb. I put the work in and make sure I got a fucking pre-order. Not many people were able to get pre-orders.
No.
I got the fucking pre-order. I want my fucking system. On launch. Because now what this means, Josh, is some Joe Schmo, it could be you watching, can order a fucking PS5 on Target's website on the 12th. And you can go and you can fucking pick it up. You'll have your console in your fucking hands before I do when I pre-ordered in fucking September.
It's not fair!
I'm being entitled, but I just think that's fucked up that they're letting the possible circumstance where someone can get the console before me and I fucking pre-ordered it. It just pisses me off.
I mean, it's just a continued conversation about how awful this pre-order stuff has been across the board for both Xbox and PlayStation. The lack of infrastructure to handle it has been really abysmal.
So yeah, Josh, I'm just nervous that I'm not going to get my PlayStation, but I'm hopeful, and I'm hopeful for you watching at home because you can still grab one. It's still possible. It can still happen.
Yeah. And I think is PlayStation going to do them through their website again?
That I don't know. And it seems that the people who have done that, Josh, are getting the best luck. Like they've already shipped them. Obviously, it's Sony themselves, right? So,
right. Mine has shipped. And actually, I got an update yesterday in my email. It was saying, "Hey, your console is shipped." It's actually changed the expected delivery date to Wednesday by 8 p.m.
Get a day early.
I don't know if I'm actually going to get it a day early or not, but I got the headset way early, so
yeah, that's true. And people over the weekend, a lot of people were getting their Xboxes early too. So from Walmart, specifically, Walmart was breaking embargo and just, I guess they forgot to put a hold on the order from FedEx because FedEx would have them and then just hold them until the release date. But I guess they forgot to put it in. I saw like at least 6 people that got their Xboxes early.
I don't know. And my stuff updated on Amazon. So, it's saying my Xbox will be here Tuesday. It's actually shipped as of today, which I didn't tell you, by the way. Because yesterday I was a little nervous. But it shipped this morning, actually. My Xbox did. And then I have another PS5 via Amazon for Christian, who we talked about, our friend Christian. And that is saying it's going to be here Thursday, but that updated like weeks ago. So
now I'm salty that I was like, yo, Christian, Josh got a second PS5, yo. You should ask him for it. Because now I'm like, yo, fucking gimme.
Yeah. It's already been spoken for, my friend.
I know.
I apologize.
It's my fault.
But yeah. All right. Anything else on that? Basically, just listen. Take Thursday off if you don't have a PlayStation 5. Take launch day off. Open up a tab for every fucking retailer out there and be ready to go. And if Walmart says they're going to do that every 3-hour thing starting at noon, maybe other companies will do something similar. Be on there.
Probably not.
Be ready to go. Just get it because there's still the possibility that you can get it. It might not be on launch day, but in some cases it might actually be on launch day if they have stuff in store. So
absolutely. I would say stick to on Twitter, follow Wario64.
Yeah, more.
Great follow for things coming back in stock. And then also website, Zoolert, Zoolert. It's what I use when I'm looking for something that's out of stock. And as soon as it goes back in stock, it updates every minute. As soon as it goes back in stock, it'll notify you and let you know, hey, it's live. It'll be a fucking sound of a rooster, I think you can do, or a lion roar or something. So you'll be working from home, just doing your thing, and all of a sudden you'll hear that notification. Get to it. Order it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
All right, Brett.
All right.
You want to kick off the next topic, or would you like me to?
Sure. So, Josh, a few months ago, new game came out, Square Enix, Marvel's Avengers. We picked it up. We played it. You're like, it's so loud, actually, that it's peaking, and I can't hear it. The noise. There you go. Yeah, so we picked it up. We played it a lot. Not a lot. Oh, yeah, a lot, actually, for considering. We played it a lot.
At launch, we played a lot.
So, we can talk about it, and we can be critical. We did everything the game had to offer, which wasn't much.
Yep.
And now it's time to talk about how much money the game made, because it's been a couple months and the reports have come in, Josh.
Yep.
It's being reported that Square Enix has lost over $63 million on Marvel's Avengers. What the fuck happened? How do you fuck up one of the biggest IPs, Marvel Avengers, dude? How do you fuck that up?
All I can tell you, Brett, is that Square Enix fucked around and they found out.
You're right. I think that, so let's get real. So what was wrong with Marvel's Avengers in your eyes?
What was wrong with Avengers? Well, first of all, when we played the beta, right? There was a lot of stuff wrong in the beta.
It was broken.
Now we both finished the beta, but it was broken. Okay, just fundamentally broken. The game ran like shit. It was like really. First of all, it was really hard to connect and like do any stuff with other players. There was a lot of issues with matchmaking. It ran like shit. I mean, even on the fucking PS4 Pro, right? Like frame rate dips well below 30, and the game just chugged through sections.
Yeah.
And then at launch, you saw the same issues. Nothing was fixed.
Nothing changed.
The game ran like shit. It was still fucking almost impossible to matchmake. The fucking systems that did the challenges were so fucking abysmal and confusing and broken. And the fucking skins and the fucking battle pass for the individual characters, nothing worked. It just didn't work. The game didn't work and was broken.
Whoa. You broke it. Whoa. What in the world?
What did you think of the campaign? Genuinely, I don't even know what you think of the campaign. I played it. I don't know what you...
The campaign was... Oh, shit. The campaign was fine. It was fine. That's it. It was okay. But that is not the draw to the game. The draw to the game was squadding up with your friends and fucking being the Avengers. But you couldn't even fucking do that for like 15 hours until you beat the campaign.
Avengers!
Assemble.
2,000 years later.
You're right. I think that... So in my eyes, here's some of the things that were just unappealing. I just didn't like it. Here's some things here. It was a looter shooter. It was Destiny, but with Marvel Avengers, right? But you're not playing as your own character that you created. You're playing as one of 4, 5 Avengers. And each had their own skill tree. And each had their own abilities. And each had their own skins and all that. The actual gear that you would get as drops, like a Destiny-style equipment drop, it wasn't... Like, it didn't actually change your look of your character at all. It actually didn't matter at all. It was just a number, essentially. Essentially, they were just dropping items that were just numbers that boosted your stats.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate.
It felt pointless. I think that they didn't reward you for playing enough. You would do a long-ass fucking mission, and they would give you, like, 2 drops or something that were just stupid, pointless pieces of gear. Like... Nothing mattered. I honestly felt like I was wasting my time when I played Marvel's Avengers after the story. So,
I concur with you. And
I think it was just the game, the model of the game itself was just fundamentally flawed from the beginning. I think if they went for just a 4-player co-op, campaign and they focused on that, and there was no harm rooms and extra challenges and open world, I would have just liked it if it was just, here's a campaign. You can play through it with your friends. You can pick which character you want to play as. They each have a skill tree. I would have preferred that.
I concur with you. And listen, so obviously this game is a huge IP. I mean, arguably the largest entertainment IP in the world besides Pokemon. Okay, really at this point. Okay. They spent $100 million on development and probably closer to $200 million on the game, like 170, 190 after marketing costs, distribution, and things like that. Okay.
Yep.
Now, while there's not exact NPD numbers about how many units of it they sold, okay, we have a quote here from the company, and they said they would not say how many units they sold, but the volumes were 60% of the original plan.
Yeah.
For the amount of units that they were going to sell. 60%.
It's sad.
That's a D. It's a D. D minus. You failed. Okay? You failed.
It makes
and
me
why
sad.
Why did you fail? It doesn't make me sad because it had so much potential, right? But instead, what you see is yet again another company rush a game out that is broken. The game is broken, and you fucked around and you found out what consumers thought of it. Your game was broken. It got reviewed very negatively because of it being broken, okay? And you had your player base go from this to literally... Gone. And now you say, this is them, Square Enix, saying that they're still confident, right? That if they put the time in and make the game better, and they increase the value of craftsmanship, right, and add community-driven features, that it's going to reinvigorate the game. Let me tell you something. No, the fuck it's not. Your game is dead. Give up because you failed.
Leave me alone to die.
That's what's unfortunate about it, Josh, is that it is a games as a service game. So there are like benefits of that where they can continuously update the game and with free updates, and they could make the game better later on. Absolutely, they already have. They've already patched it and they've fixed a lot of the errors and the problems that we had with it. But with that came even more issues. I just think that it's what makes me more sad than anything else is the fact that there is a player base for this, regardless of how small it is. And it's a games as a service game. And just like Anthem, eventually these guys are just going to get cut off from the game. There's going to be nothing to do. It's not going to update anymore. It's like when Anthem, at the height of its, the fucking Christmas update was still live in like fucking March of the next year, June of the next year, I think. Like picture like Destiny with like the tower, but like the Christmas lights and shit are up, but they just forget to change it for months. That's what Anthem was. And I fear that that's going to happen to Marvel's Avengers, is that they're just going to give up.
It's too late. It's too late to increase your player base again. It's too late to reinvigorate it. When you have something that is broken at launch, yeah, they could get a second wind. That's right. But you almost have to do that immediately before you start have people stop playing your game, right?
Yeah.
And if you miss that small window of opportunity, you're done. I didn't play the game after the first week it came out. Haven't played it again since then. Wasted my money. Biggest waste of my money this generation. I told you that when we were playing the game. And we stopped playing. I was like, this is really, truly the only game this generation that I have significant buyer's remorse on.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
A waste of my time and my money. A fucking mistake.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Sad.
I don't even know what to say.
Nothing. It's
The
just
game,
sad.
The game had potential. Listen, they spent so much money on marketing. Fucking Spider-Man's gonna be in the game. That's not happening for like months. It's like they have two villains, Abomination and fucking whatever the fuck his name is, Taskmaster, dude, and MODOK.
Oh.
But you can't fight MODOK over and over. Those are the only two that are like
right.
in the game. And while MODOK was like a cool villain, he's not like a big Avengers level threat. They made him one, but that's not like a character that like people were like, yo, I can't wait to fight MODOK, dude. Like nobody fucking wanted that, and they did it, and it worked, but they didn't deliver on the big like Avengers level villains that people wanted.
They didn't deliver, period.
They didn't. And I think they have the first DLC character coming out soon, Kate Bishop, the Hawkeye clone.
Which, important to note, it will not be launched at the same time on next-gen platforms.
The update or the game?
The update.
Oh.
Characters will not be available.
Fuck does that work, dude? Isn't it crossplay?
I don't know, but they said that the actual characters is not going to be launched on next-gen at the same time.
I'm getting tired talking about this shitty game.
All right. Well, let's move on to a not shitty game. How about that?
You shouldn't. Don't mention it. Don't clip it there for the Indie Intel video, because that would be pretty fucked up.
Let's mention a not shitty game.
Yeah.
As we have every week, ending our podcast this week, Brett, with a little indie game.
Yep.
In a segment we call Indie Intel. Now, I just want to mention, before we go into this game this week, I want to give us credit, Brett.
Us,
you and I, credit.
Oh,
you seem so surprised. The games that we have covered this week have been trotting around the globe, if you will. Been globe trotting. We have had a
Globetrotters.
game from different continents and different countries every week for the last however long we've been back.
Ooh.
Right. And I think that's just a testament. Your face right now. I think it's just a testament to how awesome game development is and how far and wide reaching it is, especially these tiny indie games.
Absolutely. The fact that we can even find cool indie games from all around the world is just awesome. You know what I mean? It's not just like American studios.
Right.
Something's coming. Okay, this is my chance. Run! Are you out of your mind? Please, come on! What about my family? My friends? Why do you keep following me and screwing everything up? Anor. That's my name.
This week we have a little game. A little game that comes from Korea, I believe, correct? South Korea?
Yep, South Korea.
Seoul, South Korea. Okay. Which is a huge entertainment hub, by the way. This week we're talking about Chrono Sword. Okay. Chrono Sword is a pixel art action adventure game with incredible atmosphere, deep combat, and an epic story. You will be Anor, apology if I pronounce that incorrectly, a time traveler, and will travel the past and present of the fallen world. Okay? So basically this is a Souls-like pixel time travel action adventure game.
I'm in.
Okay. Me too. I know. Well, first of all, we're both obviously Souls fans. Okay, Souls type game fans. We've talked about Demon Souls several times on the podcast this week. And there's a lot of other similar, adjacent type of games like this that I know you and I have both played and loved a lot. So that's why we kind of wanted to cover this game this week, because of that.
Yeah. So you actually sent me a few games for this week, and you said, "Hey, I think these all three would be pretty cool for us to cover."
Mm-hmm.
And this one just stood out to me right away as soon as I loaded it up. It's an isometric camera, so it's from above, which is different.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple Souls-like games that have done that.
Mm-hmm.
However, this one has like an aesthetic that's almost Bloodborne. You know, I don't know if you got that as well, like a Victorian era type of thing.
No, absolutely, yeah.
And just the fact that it's time travel, I mean, listen, it's no secret to you, at least, that time travel is like one of the coolest concepts in my eyes. Mm-hmm. I know you and I just watched the Netflix show Dark, which is all about time travel and how complicated time travel can be. Mm-hmm. So, and we're fans of anime like Steins Gate and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see how involved the time travel stuff is. We didn't see much of that in the gameplay trailer that I watched, at least. But it from the flavor text I read, it said, you travel from past to present. So
Right.
Yeah, there's some opportunities there, especially in a game like this, like an isometric type of game, to do some cool shit, kind of like Titanfall 2. I know you never finished it, Josh, but there's a mission that I literally want you to play so bad in that game, because you have a device on your wrist that lets you in real time switch from past to present. So you'll be in like this really dilapidated building on this weird planet, and you switch it automatically, and it's like back in time where there's like robots still walking around, like everything's all nice and pretty looking, and you have to switch back and forth to traverse. And I think it'd be cool in this setting, specifically with the isometric camera, to see how the setting can change from past to present, how things look. You know what I mean? You could have more dilapidated buildings. You could have weird looking creatures, in the future because something happened in the past. So.
Right. Important to note that this is going to be released on Steam, right? But they also want to release it on major consoles, so Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, as long as they can get backed. Okay, you can actually play a demo of this right now on a website called Game Round, and it on PC, and you can basically just download it and play a demo of it right now. At the time of recording this project is actually relatively new. So it has over a month to go. Okay. It has currently 528 backers and is almost at 50% of its goal. So it has a $50,000 goal. It's currently sitting at a little over $21,000. Okay.
Yeah. And I got to say that also added to me selecting this game was the fact that the Kickstarter is so new and they haven't reached their goal yet. And for the ones we've covered in the past, they've kind of almost been there. And I think that we could really give it a signal boost just by, posting this video. So definitely check check out the link in our description down below to check the project out and fund it, or try the demo first and then fund it.
Yeah. So we're going to put everything in the description below. It's a really small team of about four people, and then some other concept artists and voiceover artists as well. Okay, so check it out. Chrono Sword, everything's in the description.
Anor. That's my name.
All right. Well, Brett, that's another one in the books.
There it is.
Gone. Finished. Never to be
Complete.
seen again.
That's it.
That's it. I want to thank everybody for checking out our podcast. What do you have to add, Brett?
No, thank you guys so much for the love you've been sharing with us on our channel. Thank you for checking out some of the big videos that we've had and the small videos. Been surprised lately, some of the discussion topics we put up. Not so much love in the beginning, but then a couple days later I'll text Josh and go, holy shit, what happened? And our video will just be exploding with views. So so yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out some of our shit, and please subscribe if you like what you see, especially if you made it this far in the podcast. Please subscribe. We'd love to have you around and watch every week.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it then, I guess.
All right,
see you, everybody.
until we meet again.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out this episode of Hapticast. Make sure to check out some of our previous episodes and some of our discussion videos as well by clicking somewhere around my head. And also, like, comment, and subscribe.